Headphones, the industry that made half the amount of money as my school debt. These plastic circles I'm supposed to slap on my face and sound comes out? Sounds like a scam. These come in many forms, from the small and invisible to the Tonka truck of spheres. And in my years of listening to music, I've seen, used, and broken too many of these things. So in this video, we're going deep into the world of headphones, and I'll show you some of the weirdest ones on Earth. AKA Dave's. And if at any point you end up enjoying this video, then consider subscribing. It would mean a ton. Look at him, he's so happy. Anyways, let's get into this. Enjoy! The Headley world of headphones. If I told you how many of these things I broke, you'd have to put me on a nationwide watch list. They're still looking for Skeeter. And to make it 100% free and clear, it's headphones that play music. So don't try to slip in here with your cardboard bass boosters, not these fake Michael Jackson hee-hee headphones. It is literally 2 pieces of plastic on a stick for $30. And construction workers, I love you, but not today. Well, we're off to a good start, so let's keep going, as headphones are a Mr. Beast in themselves. These guys are really important, as they're one of the only ways you get music directly to you. It's another avenue that connects us to the music we listen to and allows us to be more personal with our listening in ways not seen before. Gone are the days of blasting your speaker box on your shoulder or playing stuff loud on the bus. Maybe not that one. There's lots of different types of headphones that all do different things. Most are made for sweaty consumers like you and me. Some for music making, for you producers out there. Some have special features like sound enhancement, noise canceling, bass boosting. Come on, spin the wheel. And they come in a bunch of sizes, like these super itty bitty small ones to these big old ones the size of Nebraska. And like, they've got so Linus Tech Tippy now with stuff like noise canceling, stereo separation, audio analyzing, all these buzzwords. Speaking of which, did I tell you about today's sponsor, Raycon? No? That's because I'm lying. But yeah, there's so much. Each company slapping features and gizmos together in the hopes they stand out. They present this stuff like you're seeing water for the first time. Starting off, we have your basic over-the-ear headphones. Regular headphones for everyday listening, also called closed backs. Can't figure out why. It's the one most people use, but naturally, to counter the sorry we're closed movement, there's open back headphones, more designed for critical listening or audio work. But why have it open? I can already hear my music. Is it for everyone else's approval? Well, just as it sounds, the music leaks out on purpose, as having the music play on the outside a bit is a way to uncompress the audio a little and lets things like the bass move around more freely. Also means people around you move around more freely, as ain't nobody trying to hear you listen to track 8 from Ready to Die. Some people use gaming headsets for their headphones, and some are still rocking the sponges. It's a mixed bag, or 2 for 1. But on the flip side, there's these nubs, legal name being IEMs, aka in-ear monitors, or what normal people call them, earbuds. These super handy fellas range from borderline straight out of dumpster to stupid expensive, like these Shure earphones that cost rent. And these shapes, man, from the pill to the bean. You're a bean if you wear these. Ever see those ones with the loops? They look really weird, but they wrap around your ear, making listening more comfortable. Cause what is the alternative? This. But pricey or not, they all range in quality, depending who you get them from. We used to get them for free with MP3 players and phones back in the day. Why'd that go away? Was someone banking on the black market? Guess they needed that extra space in the box for nothing? When will I learn? It's like a movie credits list of headphones, and I'll show you some wacky ones in just a sec. Boom. But when it comes down to it all, there's only really 2 types, wired and wireless. Both on both. Both have their perks, ups and downs, soul contracts to sign, with wireless being pretty recent in the grand scheme of things. Super convenient to just grab and go. Most of the time, they come in a nice-ish case, and they're good for moving around with, but you have to worry about battery life, playtime, losing one butt across the globe. And for wireless in general, the audio quality still isn't one-to-one with their wired counterparts, but that's only if you care about that, which most people don't. But wired, man, that used to be everywhere. Kinda feels like they've been exiled from society, but they got their perks, like you don't gotta charge them, connecting isn't an issue, maybe. They tend to be cheaper than their wireless brothers, and they last way longer. No batteries to explode on you. So many players in this game too, from your Monster Cats and Skull Candies to your JBLs and Bose. Then there's the old reliable for you audio nerds like Sennheiser or Audio Technica. Can't forget about my boys Kid Design either. Look at these things, how come kids get all the cool colors? Sony does the genius strat of making their headphone names so unpronounceable that you'll wonder what planet you're on and will want to buy their alien technology. But it does the opposite for me, because when I try to search them up, the government thinks I'm typing in launch codes and takes a free trip to my house. And remember when I mentioned different features? Yeah, I promise I'm using all of them, including that one they swear is a life changer and I forget is even there. All on the app I didn't ask for but need to download anyways to sync for some reason. You know me so well. When did it get this bad? Surely it couldn't have been that bad when headphones were still made out of concrete with the cavemen. Well, headphones were actually invented around the late 1800s, back when horses were still riding dirty. People have wanted boxes on their ears for that long, and when they were invented, they looked like this. Ugh, kinda looks like a medical device, but for context, actual telephones at the time used to look like this. So essentially, it's a phone for your head. A headphone. You get a medal. But the purpose of music listening was still far off, as here, they were still being used for exactly what they're called, pseudo replacements for telephones in the working world. That change wouldn't happen until 1950 when brands started emerging. A guy named John Koss would partner with the Beatles to make these things, the Beatle phones, making headphones more mainstream. Graphics design is my passion, how could you tell? And Sony would release the Walkman in 1979, allowing for music listening on the go, and pairing them with, yes, the sponges. And I'm sure it's called the Walkman and not the MKBHD 3 millions or whatever.
Podcast Brownlee.
The 2000s brought us the iPod, innovating on music digitally and packing in these sweet OGs with every pod, making the way for small and cheap earbuds to infiltrate every dollar store in America. Say what you want about them, but these guys got me through it. Now they're in a landfill. But headphones still look boring, right? Where's the style, coolness, the stuff that gets me +5 respect? Well, that change wouldn't come until 2008, when one Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine would join forces to create Beats by Dre, the headphone company that would sweep the world. Them two focusing more on the status symbol over everything else, with over-the-top marketing that totally worked. LeBron using his Beats laptop with his Beats headphones while beating dudes in poker, he was already dead. After everything, they'd get acquired by Apple for $3 billion, and now just release stuff occasionally. They've definitely fizzled out in the mainstream, but if it means I don't gotta see these things again, I'm good. But I know it's not just me when I say that these things are starting to suck now. It's just feature creep. Either they're super basic or they're crammed with features, you not using half of them. Stuff just getting in the way of you listening to music. Or worse, putting in stuff without properly testing it. Touch controls on earbuds sound good on paper, but in practice, I end up punching my ear most of the time. Apple kinda hit it out the park with the stems, as tons of peeps are borrowing from them. Nobody trying to copy those domes though. But when features work, it works. Like having a secondary app always sucks. Like it's always gonna suck. But some companies actually have cool stuff in their apps. It's just the amount that do look like this. It's there for the peeps that want them, but using your phone shouldn't require an engineering degree. And say what you want, but noise canceling is really cool. Just be sure to look both ways before you cross my mind. But even with all this, I still feel like headphones are getting better over time. As wired or not, people are still trying to push them to their absolute limits. Just relax with the apps, man. Maybe in the future, I won't even need to use my ears and I can listen to the music straight through my bones. Just kidding, it's called bone conduction and it's a real thing. Look it up.
Package for Earbuds.
Ugh. Hey, it's the kid headphones! Wow, dreams really do come true. If you're wondering what I use, I've had a pair of Audio Technicas for the longest time, the M50Xs, and I have a pair of AirPods too for on-the-go listening. Both are actually really nice. I like them. Not sponsored. Yet. Anyways, thanks for watching. Leave a like if you haven't already. And wait, I said wired phones don't have a battery bomb in them. I said they don't!